Good evening. Welcome back to Be Rich. Today I wanted to discuss a different type of company, a product which is used across the world, and all great sports stars have endorsed it. They created a brand around shoes, and today everybody aspires to wear these shoes. So I'm talking about Nike, and the Nike's caption, "Just do it." As I have said several times, Philip Knight started Nike by importing shoes from Japan and selling it from the back of his car. He was himself an athletic student, and with the help of his coach, he started to sell shoes made in Japan. And over a period of time, his coach started to design shoes which he got manufactured in Asia, and then shipped it across to India, shipped it across to US, and started selling it. Over a period of time, people like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson endorsed this brand, and this brand became a byword. They were very famous for designing shoes for different sports like basketball, for walking, for running, for several things. Nike was for one of the first companies to embody in what Apple did later. What they did was they would do all their design of shoes in America, make a working prototype model, and get the shoes manufactured in China and Vietnam. Even today, most of Nike's factories are either based in Vietnam or from China. This has meant that they have been very successful in squeezing production costs. Their cost of productions is very low, and because of their branding and other value adds, they sell at a high price, making Nike a very valuable company. Nike's Class B shares trade at $140. Dividend yield is 0.87, but more than that, earnings per share P by E ratio is 36 or 37 times. This makes Nike prohibitively expensive and does not allow the common man to buy these shares. The company is still controlled by the Knight family, where shares are being transferred from Philip Knight to his surviving son, and he has lost one of his other sons. But the topic is not today about Nike, which is too expensive to buy. I wanted to connect this with the US inflation story. What is now happening is sneakers like Nike, Under Armour, Basics are not simply available in the market. A sneaker shop, which is a small boutique sneaker showroom, which has offices and retail outlets both in US and Europe, is finding it very difficult because Nike is not able to deliver enough goods. Basically, sneakers are in short supply in United States and Europe. This has meant that most of these small boutique showrooms which sell sneakers are out of business. The promoter of one such group of showrooms, is have said that they still have to pay rent, they have to pay for amenities, and they are paying staff salaries. Showrooms were closed during COVID, but now have opened. In spite of showrooms have been opened, there is no possibility of sale because the recently launched Nike products are not available for sale. When Nike was contacted, Nike said it was not a unique problem to that of its company, but all companies are having the same problem. The main problem has come because Vietnam was severely affected only during the second and third wave, and the factories were shut during the second and third wave of the pandemic. This meant that factories in Vietnam could not make enough Nike shoes like before, and this led to supply chain issues. Because of these supply chain issues, these Nike has not been able to deliver enough of these new shoes. Also, there is another development. Nike is slowly bringing down its wholesale agreements and wants to sell these shoes and their products only through their own showrooms or through their apps or websites. Basically, they want to capture the entire value chain without paying much for the wholesaler, distributor, retailer network. And they have conveniently used this supply chain shortage to choke supply to other wholesalers and boutique shops. They are continuing to have a relationship with the top 2 3 wholesalers in the United States, but are slowly bringing down the amount of third party people through whom they are doing sales. These companies like Nike and Under Armour use these boutique showrooms to display and to showcase their latest products where the customer wants to touch and feel the product. These design boutique showrooms are now used by Nike and other premium shoe manufacturers to display their product, but they are now making sure that their product is not pushed vehemently through the wholesale distributor and not available in all shoe showrooms across US and Europe because they want to bring an exclusivity. But it is not only exclusivity in sneakers that is a problem, there is a supply chain issue. This is because all companies, which started with Toyota and now with Nike, have a technology called just in time technology so that they do not have wastage of stocks. And this has meant that stocks would not stay for a long time in Nike warehouses. Stocks that would come would get immediately dispatched to the wholesaler or the sales. This squeezed out efficiencies in manufacturing and in sales and supply chain over a period when situation was normal. But when COVID came and forced a big issue in terms of supply chain disruptions, then the importance of building redundancies came to fore. Because there was no redundancies built into the system, there was not enough backup sneakers to go on to the market once COVID abated and shops sold. So legions of shoppers went to these small stores and found that these shoes are not available. Such custom and the customers would have gone and bought something else because this is not an impulse purchase. People come to a shoe store money when they need to buy. Once having bought a shoe, they are not going to return for the next 3 to 4 years. Therefore, companies like Nike's have lost a significant chunk of sales. But it is what not only Nike, as I said before, other brands have also been affected. And this there is a spike in sneaker prices also. All this points to the same fact that in the name of efficiencies, we have squeezed out redundancies, which has come to the fore during this pandemic. Some of the economists have been saying that supply chain issues would get sorted out, but Nike itself says it will take till September, October of this year for supplies to normalize. Till then, high sneaker prices will continue. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this video, kindly share it to your friends and relatives. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed and urge your friends and relatives to subscribe to this channel. Please don't forget to turn on the bell notification. If the bell notification is not turned on, you will not receive notifications. The notifications notify you every time we put out a video. Kindly subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you for watching. Be rich. உங்கள் பேராதரவுக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. நான் டோட்டலாக 5 புஸ்தகங்கள் எழுதியிருக்கிறேன். 3 ஆங்கிலத்தில் எழுதியிருக்கிறேன். அதில் 2 தமிழாக மொழிபெயர்த்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ டோட்டலாக 5 புஸ்தகம் ஆச்சு. இந்த 5 புஸ்தகத்துக்கு ஹார்ட் காப்பி வேணும்னா நீங்கள் கீழே இருக்கிற வாட்ஸ்அப் நம்பருக்கு மெசேஜ் அனுப்பிச்சிங்கன்னா எங்கள் டீம் உங்களை கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. இந்த 5 புஸ்தகங்கள்ல 3 புஸ்தகம் கிண்டலில் இருக்குது. அமேசானில் கிண்டலில் வாங்கணும்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணுறவங்க நேராக கிண்டலில் வாங்கிக்கலாம். தமிழ்லேயே யாராவது ஃபைனான்ஸ் நியூஸ் படிக்கணும்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணிங்கன்னா தயவுசெஞ்சு மணிபேஜ்.com விசிட் பண்ணுங்கள்.